the best restaurant in town?
Oh, that's so difficult because I like so many different food.
What is the best?
I have to look up the name. The four, I think it's called the Horsemen, or the Four Horsemen. Can I look up the name if we do that one again?
Hi guys, today I'm with Melissa. She's from Australia and we're gonna talk about her life in New York. So Melissa, I know you work for UN and you have law degree and international affairs degree, and you also study in Sorbonne. Did I say right? Sorbonne?
You did, La Sorbonne in Paris.
Oh, okay. So can you explain a little bit about what you do so far until you...
Sure. So I just finished a master's degree in peace and conflict studies, and I previously lived in Paris where I studied at the Sorbonne, and more recently in Cambodia where I was working for a non-governmental organisation on Myanmar's peace process. And then I got a job at the United Nations, so that's the reason I moved to New York.
So you moved last year, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, I've been here for just over 1 year.
For example, for me, when I first come to here, since English is my second language is the biggest struggle and problem I have in here. Do you have any, struggles like I have when I first come to here?
Yeah, for me, the two biggest struggles are the cost of living and how much rent costs compared to income, and the food. American food is great, but it's also very unhealthy. It's a lot cheaper to buy junk food than it is to get fresh, healthy produce. And so coming from Australia where there's a lot of really healthy food and it's not super expensive, to coming here where you can get a $1 slice of pizza, whereas you have to pay $10 for a juice, that for me is a struggle.
So you live in quiet cities, you're from Sydney, you live in Paris, you said you also live in London?
No, I lived in Cambodia.
Yes.
And now New York.
Of course, New York. So which city is the best for you?
Look, no matter where I go, I still love Sydney. It's my home, it's clean, the weather is nice, the people are friendly, and my family and my oldest friends are there. No matter how long I'm away or where I go, I still love Sydney.
What makes New York different from all the other places? Because everybody is crazy about New York, even though we talk about home, but we prefer to live in here. Yeah, there must be a fascinating reason for everybody. I know my reasons. What is yours?
Look, New York feels like the center of the universe, maybe the center of the world, because it's a place where you have Broadway, you have live comedy, you have so many museums, fashion. It's just a place where very, very talented people come and they grow and they make it here. So for me, that's what you don't really get in any other city in the world.
One of my favorite things about New York is I never know who is going to be next person I'm gonna meet, and maybe that person is going to be my sidekick or my best friend. I never knew that, and the story how we met, we were just watching this movie, and we were just I think I offer you a wine or something, and we start to talk. I feel like New York is the most random friendship happening place ever.
Yeah, I think New York is a place where so many people move for so many different reasons, and they move as adults. A lot of people move as adults, so it is difficult to make new friends, but at the same time I think people are more willing to be open to friendships, whereas at home you have friends from school, from high school, from university, from where you work, whereas here, you can just meet people randomly in the building that you live, or at the supermarket, or out at a bar. So I have found that I do meet a lot of very interesting and diverse people just out and about in the city.
So you said you work for UN. What do you really do in UN?
So I work in the Department of Economic and Social Affairs, and my role is in social policy and development. So that means our division covers certain areas and social groups, including youth, aging, persons with disabilities, poverty eradication, decent work and employment, and the rights of Indigenous people. But my specific role is a liaison between non-governmental organisations, the private sector, and academia, and intergovernmental processes.
So I'm curious if it's boring or if it's the best job ever, because you are trying to help people from all around the world.
Yes.
And you get paid for it.
Yes.
Sounds like a great job, but at the same time it's like little political and little issues about the economical reasons, and you can't really help how much do you want to do because of the economical reasons. So what do you think?
So it is challenging working in an environment that is very political, is very bureaucratic, but at the same time I get to work with people from all around the world, which is fantastic. We have so many different cultures, so many different characters. It makes an environment where you can really grow as a person. But it was my dream job. I'm not sure if it's the best job in the world. That's subjective. But for me right now, it's where I want to be, and I'm quite happy there.
Great. So you have a serious job, but you live in, I feel like New York is not that serious place. But how do you feel living in New York, but you like very serious thing?
So for me, I feel like New York is a bit of a roller coaster. Work is serious, it's a professional environment, but at the same time, when you finish work, there are so many different activities that I can get involved in that there's a nice balance.
This question is coming from my husband. He's so into food and he wants to learn which restaurant is the best restaurant for you in terms of what you pay and what you get as a deliciousness.
Okay, so I think for me, in Chinatown, there's a restaurant called Jing Fong, and it's a dim sum, or what we call in Australia, yum cha restaurant.
Yum cha, I never heard that.
Yeah, yum cha. It means literally to drink tea. But where they come and they push the carts around and you choose what you want. And we ate so much food, a huge variety of dumplings and vegetables and noodles. And at the end, it was less than $15 per person, and that included tea. So for me, I think Chinatown is probably best value for money.
So can I say the Chinese food is your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite. I do really like Japanese and Thai.
Oh, yeah, Thai is my favorite too.
Yeah, but I think you get what you pay for with those cuisines. The more you pay, the better quality.
So I have this favorite part for my guests. I'm asking very quick questions, and you need to answer this without thinking, like bam, bam, bam. Okay?
Okay.
So, what is your favorite restaurant in town?
I have two. So the Russian Tea Room for classic, delicious food, and for modern American, the Four Horsemen in Williamsburg for fusion, fresh, delicious.
I have a quick question about the Russian Tea Room.
Yes.
Are they making Russian food?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because I never had a Russian food.
No, it's just classic American food.
What is your favorite neighborhood food?
Williamsburg, without a doubt. I love living here. I love the cafes. I love the nightlife. Being surrounded by hipsters keeps you grounded, I think.
Do you feel like you're a hipster?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
But you want to surround by them.
Yes, living vicariously.
What is the best coffee shop in town?
My new favorite is called The Butler.
Everybody's talking about this place. Come
Yeah,
on.
the chef there is a Michelin star baker, and the coffee has an Australian feel because I believe the manager is partially Australian,
Ah.
so you can get a flat white.
Fun Friday activity in the city.
Ooh, that's a good question. I love live comedy, so if I can go to a comedy club and see some stand-up to keep things light, it's a great way to start the weekend.
Okay. Best area for shopping.
Soho.
Soho.
Or the outlets, upstate New York. I tend to do a lot of shopping there.
Oh yeah. Which outlets?
Woodbury Commons.
Woodbury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask this trick question to understand if you're a really New Yorker, Uber or Yellow Cab.
I've been using yellow cabs more than Uber, to be honest.
She is a real New Yorker.
Yeah, no surge.
Not a New Yorker.
No surge pricing. I hate surge pricing.
I was expecting to hear Uber or Lyft. I'm quite surprised. Okay. What is the best brand complement your lifestyle in New York?
Again, I have two. J. Crew, I'm a big fan of J. Crew. And there's a shop called Aritzia, which I quite like.
Yeah, I know.
It might be Canadian, I'm not sure. But I really like the coats there specifically.
So I have some concerns if you are really from Australia. Some of your answers are kind of American.
Really?
Like J. Crew, the yellow cab, and like, I don't know. Are you sure you're from Australia?
I think I've been living here, maybe it's been too long. I'm not sure.
If you are a director, movie director, and you're shooting a movie in New York, which place is your opening scene and which place is your closing scene for this movie based on New York?
Ooh, okay, so I like the view from Dumbo and the Brooklyn Bridge. So I would say maybe the opening scene would be there. And you can't come to New York and make a film without having the Empire State Building in the shot.
So the closing scene?
The closing scene would definitely have the Empire State Building in it.
Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe